to run the whole thing, and they called me to see if I'd be interested in coming to work for WWE, focus specifically on ECW, and to promote the towns throughout the towns, to go on the road and do the building settlements, to do the draws, to basically be like a road agent for them. And so I took it. I took the offer and went because I thought it was working for WWE is not something I'd ever done. I thought it'd be cool. It'd be a good experience. And unfortunately, the ECW brand went out very quickly.
Right.
But fortunately, I remained on with the company for 4 years, doing working in the marketing side, which was a really big learning experience, to say the least. It's I got a lot of respect for Vince and everything up there, because once you've spent time with him and presented to him and done things that are like, that impact him, and you're the one talking to him about these things, it really sheds light on what he's done for that company. And it also helps me professionally, because it's like you're presenting Vince McMahon, and how hard can it get after that? You know what I mean? So,
I mean, Vince McMahon. I mean, let's face it, Vince is the biggest name in the wrestling business. I mean, even bigger than Hulk Hogan. I mean, he's more important. He's the most powerful man in the company, in the business. I think Chubby Dudley's the biggest name in the wrestling business. Yeah, maybe biggest belt-wise, but...
No. It's the biggest name ever. Everybody wears Chubby Dudley shirts in Vegas.
Yeah, and they're all at Hooters, right?
Yeah, they are. They have that Hooters hotel out here. I'm surprised you don't have like a room there that's named after you.
They should. They should name it. I'm hoping to get out there soon, and when I do, we're going to hang out. You're coming to Hooters with me.
Yeah, we will. We'll get done. But yeah, so what were you saying about Vince?
I mean, that had to be like an intimidating thing, to be sitting there trying to pitch something to Vince.
No, that's what I mean. It was, but the thing is like that's what I learned, though. I mean, you learn a lot, because the way you have to prepare for a Vince meeting is not easy, and he expects a lot, but that's okay. I mean, it's his company, right? And
sure.
When you got through those meetings, and whether it be good or bad, you always walked away with learning something, and that helped me transition, down the road into a different company. But I have to say, like, presenting him, it was super intimidating. Even, like, after 4 years of doing it, it was always super intimidating, because you just never knew what was going to happen. And that's okay, because I think that kind of makes people do their best, because you have to learn to expect the unexpected, and it makes you prepare in different ways when you don't really know what could go wrong, and you just think everything can, so you look at everything differently. So it's pretty interesting.
Now, bring us up to today. You now work with... How do you say it? What is the correct pronunciation of it?
It's Cirque du Soleil, so Cirque du Soleil, Cirque du Soleil. So, I worked for them. It was the same situation where I was working for somebody else, and they called me. I was working for WWE, and they called me one day, and they had an opening in Vegas as a director of marketing for their shows here, and after 4 years at WWE, I was kind of like, I was ready for a change, and it was kind of my time. I think I'd done some really cool things there, but I didn't really know where else to go at the time. And it just gave me a really great opportunity, so I came out here, and I've been out here for 2.5 years now. Now,
I mean, I see you're, like, putting pictures up here, hanging out with stuff. You see, like, pictures with Rihanna and all the big names. I mean...
Yeah, no.
I mean, they're all in attendance at these shows, and then you see Lou. It's like, it's just amazing.
Hey, we're lucky. We're really lucky. I mean, that was one of the first things that really, like, I knew a lot about Cirque before I came to work here, because I was a fan of the shows, and I'd go see him when I was out in Vegas and stuff like that. But it was like, I never knew how many people were really, really coming, and like how many people, celebrities were into this. It's insane. It's awesome. It's really fun.
Now, one of the best pictures I did see you put up with one of the biggest name celebrities, I have to say, Lou, and it had to be probably the most intimidating person you ever met, was the girl from iCarly.
Oh, she's a great girl, though. She's awesome. It's Jeanette McCurdy. She started working, and that's the thing. She was a fan of our shows. Then we started working with her because she has such a mass social media following, and we said, how can we help? How can we work with you to reach that demo of kids? Because that's one thing that Cirque is really trying to work on, is trying to reach the youth demo, and so we started working with her in that capacity. It's been awesome, so you really never know. she's intimidating, man. You just don't see it right away.
Oh, that is too funny. Now,
but that's the thing. It's a lucky gig for sure. It's awesome to be able to work with people like that because she's super smart, and it's like, you know, you learn a lot from people like her too. So.
Now, something else you were doing, like I touched before we got you on here. I said, you know, it's scary, like throughout the years, as we've talked on and off throughout the years, how much we do have in common. I mean, we're both big hockey fans, even though you're a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and your Penguins are in first place.
Your team doesn't play anymore, so.
Yeah. all of our main players are hurt.
I don't even know. All your main players won a Stanley Cup last year, but for the wrong team. They're in L.A.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah. But another thing is our musical interest, which we both grew up, you know, back in the heyday of the hair bands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And in the Philadelphia area. And it's funny because I had this idea in my head, and then you contacted me and started bringing up, like, hey, I want to do this thing. And I was like, damn, son of a bitch. But I was like, you know what? He'll do it way before me, so go for it. And Lou started working on a documentary about the Philadelphia music scene in the 80s, which brought us bands like Cinderella and Britney Fox and Heaven's Edge and Rough House and a lot of great bands that came out of this area. And I was actually able to hang out and while you did some of the interviews, which was really cool. You want to fill us in on any little details on? I know people were patiently waiting.
Yeah, you know, I still get a lot of people asking me. And look, here's the situation, and it's very honest, is that I have there's a film that's 75% completed, edited, and ready to go, and it needs one more interview. And I refuse, and I haven't publicly stated this to anybody. There's an All Ages Sunday fan, Facebook page, and everybody on there is like, "What the hell's going on with this thing?" You know, because I haven't posted in a long time. But the bottom line is, I need one more interview, and I refuse to I don't want to do anything with this film until either I know this interview will never happen, or I know it's going to happen.
Right.
So. And I'm a positive thinker. You know, I think it will happen, even though I've kind of been told there's some hesitancies, but I don't give up. It is what it is. But I think it's important to have. When I set out to do the project, there was key people and key bands that I was like, I will absolutely need these guys, and that's just one of the people. So I don't want to quite give up on it yet.
You know, it's funny because one of the guys you did interview for the movie was Jeff LeBar from Cinderella. Yeah. And a couple weeks ago, I'm not sure if you noticed, Jeff's son has a band now. He's in this band out here in Philly that's really starting to make a buzz. They won the Guitar Center Open for Slash contest.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're called Mach 22, and they're really good. We had them on the show a few weeks ago. But I was saying, like, you know, it just shows how old I really am getting that now I'm interviewing Jeff LeBar's son's band.
No, that's awesome. Jeff was a great interview. I mean, I'm a huge Cinderella fan, and it was like I sat down with Jeff the night after they played the Electric Factory.
Right.
It was just like a big homecoming show for them, and it was just an amazing night. And like, I mean, I had a really good conversation with him. It was one of my favorite interviews because as a fan, like, it was just cool having the conversation that we did, and it got pretty heavy. I mean, he was pretty upset at some moments where it's like when he was kind of talking about things that brought him back in the day, kind of thing, you know. So it was very cool.
Well, I hope that interview comes to fruition and gets done. Because
look, I would like nothing better. I mean, the guys from Heaven's Edge and Joe DeLuca and Bill Mattson, who was Tangier and Dead End Kids, they put together four or five original songs that they just did for me one night, and it like blew my mind. And like, there's so much good stuff that will come of this, but maybe it's my creator and myself, you know, the creative side of myself that won't give up until I know I can't do these last interviews. So.
Well, that's awesome. I mean,
you petition it. It's Tom Kiefer. It's the lead singer of Cinderella. If you can petition him to do the interview, that'd be great. But no, I've had people, I've reached out to him, and then I had people that know him have reached out to him, and I've never been told no, but. I know he has some new solo stuff coming out. I'm a big supporter of it, and even if he said no, it's fine. You know, it's all good. I'm still a fan. I just think he's a huge piece of what happened in Philadelphia with everything between his band and Bon Jovi and everything like that. And I just think his story should be on there. That's it.
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, when I was talking to you earlier, he's got a solo album and coming out, like you just said, and he's got a tour that he's in the midst of doing right now, and he's playing on South Street next Wednesday night. He's playing Dobbs with LeVar's son's band, Mach 22.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you need to go down there with the trailer that's on YouTube and hand it to him for me. Please, man. And it's like, we all want to see this movie.
I've been trying to get him on here to do the show, too. I've reached out to him a few times, and I've been trying to get him, and I got no response. So.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, it's, hey, whatever. It is what it is. I understand people sometimes don't want to talk about the past, and that's cool.
Yeah, it's a shame, but hopefully it'll happen. You never know. But hey, never say never.
No, that's where I'm at. Trust me. I'm not saying so.
Well, now, let's see. Say the company for me again, 'cause I know I'll say it wrong, because I say it,
Cirque du Soleil. You can just call it Cirque, though.
Okay. Well,
Cirque
is coming to Philly. They're going to be at Camden Waterfront on May 31st and June 1st. Now, are you going to be there? Are you coming in home to visit at all, or?
No, I work on the shows that are all in. We have 7, soon to be 8 shows that run every night in Las Vegas.
Okay.
That's my job, is to work on those shows. The touring shows, like the one coming to Philadelphia, are actually run out of our headquarters, which is in Montreal.
Okay.
So I am coming back to Philly though for the what's the Barbed Wire City documentary.
Oh, all right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know how much of that is announced yet. So all I know is that's the name of the movie and that was announced. So I don't know the rest. So I'll be quiet. But I'll be back for that.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I was talking with John this morning, as a matter of fact, and that's going to be in April, I think he said.
Yeah, it'll be in April, and I know I definitely want to try my best to make it home. It's hard because of work and kids and real world, but you never know.
Absolutely.
But I want to be there. It's a great. I just did another interview for it like 4 months ago, and I think it's going to be awesome. So
cool. Well, Lou, thanks for calling in. It's great to hear from you. I hope you'll come home in April, and hope we'll hook up and get together. Say hi to Brookie and the kids for me.
I will, and thanks for having me. And where's your partner? Does he not ask questions? Is he not allowed to?
No, when Bay gets rolling, he just cuts me out.
Oh, my God. It's like I didn't even know you were even on the phone. It's kind of creepy. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, Bay kind of makes me into a... When Bay has, when he had Ron Sobel on here, I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I actually had to text him during the interview to tell him to shut up so I can ask a question.
That's awesome.
Now,
that's good radio. That's good radio.
Lou, you're a huge Randy Rhoads fan.
I love Randy Rhoads.
We had Randy's friend Ron Sobel on about a month ago. He put out this documentary. It's all Quiet Riot area. He's the guy that took all the pictures from day one of Quiet Riot through all the years up through Mental Health, and he's the one like all the bootleg videos that were creeping out through the years. He's the guy that videotaped all that.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I mean, Randy Rhoads is, wow.
Yeah.
Watch him now. It's amazing.
So you have to get this documentary. I'll send you over the link for it. It's
cool.
Friggin' amazing. So
nice.
I hooked up with this guy. Like, I was so happy. I'm talking to a friend of Randy Rhoads. Like, I was blown away. So.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Sounds like you have a good show going for yourself. So I hope you guys. Wish you guys luck, and I'm happy to come back on in a couple of months and tell you that I got an interview with Tom Kiefer and everything's wonderful.
Well, we're going to put that into work. We're going to start bothering Kiefer for you.
Don't stalk him, but, mention something to him.
I will. I definitely will.
All right. Sweet.
Cool. Lou, thank you again. Hey, Frank, anything that you want to ask before we cut him off?
No, but I will say this. If anyone listening out there, if you haven't had a chance to see Cirque du
Soleil is fine.
Cirque du Soleil is visually one of the most stunning things I have ever seen. Like, I didn't think I would like it, and I went to one a couple years ago, and it is really, and Lou, I mean, I envy you for getting to work with this. It is one of the most stunning shows I think I've ever seen in my life. It's a little more artsy than a Ringling Brothers circus, but I'll tell you, man, the show that they put on is just top notch. And if anyone gets a chance to go see it, and you haven't, you treat yourself because it is phenomenal.
No, I appreciate you saying that about our company. We're very lucky in what we do, and we never take it for granted. I mean, we're grateful every day. So, thank you for the plug.
Hey, you know what, man? It's the truth. Like I said, it's just one of them shows that you have to experience it live. And I heard the Vegas shows are phenomenal. And
well, they're custom built theaters and surround sound and speakers in the seats, and it'll blow your mind.
Now, a few years ago, didn't they did a Beatles theme show, if I'm not mistaken?
I saw
a documentary on that. Were you working with them at the time when they were doing that?
No, they did that 7 years. The show has been out for 7 years. It's called The Beatles Love, and if you're a music fan or even if you're not, it's unbelievable. It's my favorite show by far because I'm a music fan, because I like the Beatles, but it's like a live music video for 90 minutes, and I was not here when the show was created. I did see the show, I think 2 years after it opened. I actually saw it with Edge when we were here for wrestling for WWE, but it was he was blown away, I'm blown away, we're all blown away, and now I work here, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, like I said, I saw a documentary on it because Yoko Ono had a lot to do with it apparently.
Yeah.
And it was just seeing it on TV. I was like, wow, that's something that I want to see. So, you know, it's people may not know it, but like I said, it is one of the best shows that you'll ever see, and it's well worth the money to go out and check it out.
I thank you for saying that, and hopefully everybody will check it out. It's a fun show.
Hey, do you think they'd have any interest in doing a show about Frank's kidney stone?
No, I mean I've had 9 kidney stones, so when they do one about me, they'll do one about you, Frank. I'll be called Kidney Part 2 or something.
9 kidney stones.
I've had a lot. Yeah, I had one. I'm sure anybody listening is going to love to hear this, but yes, I've had some issues with them, and I had one in Queens, New York one night, wrestling in the match. Well, I wasn't wrestling, but I was going to the ring with the Dudleys against, I think it was Sabu and Dreamer and somebody, and Dreamer kept ribbing me and saying, "Piss out your kidney stone, I'll use it as a foreign object." So.
All right, Lou, so what do I got to look forward to? Because this is a whole new experience to me, and we were talking about it earlier.
Oh, you have one right now? I can give you the best advice ever. There's the drink. Go to the store, the supermarket, and go buy. And there's this lemon juice they sell. That's it's in this like green bottle. It's like super bitter lemon juice, and just drink the whole thing, and it'll break it up pretty quickly. I'm not kidding.
You know what? I'm going to do that tomorrow morning because
you should do it like now, because if you have a kidney stone right now, I don't know even how you're even talking. Cause it's the worst
he was
thing
in
ever.
the hospital this morning, Lou.
And you haven't passed it yet? You should go get the lemon juice. Trust me. I'm surprised they didn't tell you that.
No, they just gave me listen and you know, gave me a blessing and sent me on my way.
Well, my blessing for you is go get lemon juice and drink lots of it, and drink cranberry juice too. It helps break it all up because of the acid in it. So.
All right. It looks like I'm going to the supermarket after the show.
I think I'm going to get some to make sure I don't get one.
Yeah, you guys go shit. It's brutal. Anyway.
All right, Lou. Thanks again, right, man. I hope all is well.
See you guys. Thanks.
Take care. Well, there you go, Frank. You've been prescribed by one Louis Dangerously, lemon juice.
Yeah, because it's funny when you hear people talking about it and they just like, yeah, you're not going to like what's coming next. And I was like, I don't want to know what's coming next.
All right. Well, on that note, let's take a commercial break, and then on the flip side, we got our good friend Nick. Will be